You know, I'm back with another gambling truth. And this one, I've gotten many, many comments on my other videos about gambling. And this is probably the biggest truth and the biggest thing that gamblers deny. I mean, I did it for many years, and that's chasing losses. And I think that a lot of gamblers deny what it actually is. You know, they come up with this fallacy in their head. And I did it too, so I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but I've just gotten so many comments on making this video. Just answer them all instead of me answering them all on them videos all the time. It just might as well make a video. But anyways, you know, thinking back, I've many a times went into a casino and lost my bankroll. You know, whether it be $200, $300, $400, lose it, leave. Or maybe get a little more out of the ATM, lose it, and then leave. And then maybe the next time I go, I win. Even if I won, I still lost. Because to me, chasing losses, it's a lifetime thing. You know, as long as you're down over your lifetime, you're chasing your losses. But a lot of gamblers don't look at it that way. And I did, but I didn't. You know, I'd always come up with a reason in my head or a rationale in my head that, oh, no, I'm not chasing. Yeah, I was. And it doesn't matter how you're doing it. See, a lot of gamblers think that, you know, you gotta just say a $200 bankroll today, and you lose that $200, and you're like, oh man, I got $200 more. All I gotta do is place one bet, and I win it, and I get it all back. And to them, that's considered chasing. But it really doesn't matter how you're trying or attempting to get your money back, whether it's 25-cent spins, 25-cent bets, or $500 bets. It doesn't matter how you're doing it. As long as you're down, you're chasing your losses. But you know, a lot of it comes from perception too. You know, you see influencers, you see advertisements, and every time I think of advertisements, it's always one that pops into my head every time, and that's Kurt Warner. You know, you always see him on the TV, especially during the football games. You know, only bet what you're willing to lose, and never chase your losses. Well, the first part of that screams to me, hey, don't bet more than your bill money, because we're going to take it. I mean, they may as well come right out and say it, because that's what they're saying. That's why they're telling you don't bet what you can't afford to lose, because the word lose is in there. They're telling you you're going to lose more than likely, and we're going to take it. So don't bet more than you can afford to lose. And then they throw in, you know, never chase your losses. And that to me is just a pacifier, to pacify you, to make you feel like, oh, you know, as long as you're not chasing, as long as you're not making that one bet to try and get it all back at one time, it's okay. It's okay doing what you're doing. Stick to your bankroll, stick to this, stick to that. And it's just not true. It's just not true. As long as you're down over your lifetime, and I don't care if you've only been gambling a year, odds are you're probably down and you're chasing, no matter how you do it, whether it's a little at a time or a lot at a time. And a lot of gamblers like to do that. They like to go week to week, month to month, year to year, as far as their gambling goes, you know, whether they're up or down, which is fine. But just know, over your lifetime, if you're down, which you more than likely are, you're chasing your losses. You're trying to get back that money that you originally had from day one. And gamblers just have a hard time accepting that. I did for many years, many, many years. And there was a few times along the way that, you know, I would think about it, like, man, it doesn't even matter. There was one time I walked into the casino, and literally 5 minutes in there, I hit, I forget it was video poker I was playing. I forget the name of the game, but it would give you, if you got dealt a winning hand, it would throw extra hands up on top. And it dealt me a flush. It was clubs. I'll never forget it. This was just a couple years ago. And I was max bet. I think it was 25 or $50 it cost me for the spin. It was literally like within 5 minutes of playing. And I had 3 to the Royal. Or no, sorry, it was 4 to the Royal. I needed the jack. And there was a guy sitting next to me, and I looked right at him. I said, do I hold it? Because it was like right about $1,000 total is what, because the hands up top, they give you a couple multipliers, on a couple of the hands. And we tallied it up. It was like right around $1,000 is what it was going to pay if I just held the flush. And he's like, oh, you got to go for it. I said, man, yeah, I have to. I mean, I think it was like 18 hands to try and catch one jack to get the royal flush. So I went for it. I ended up hitting it. Ended up paying $12,000, something like that, within 5 minutes. Now I'd walked in with 2,000. And I just got there. I drove an hour and a half. I'm like, I'm not leaving. But I did stick to a plan. I said, okay, I'm taking this money that I just won on this hand pay. I put it in my back pocket. I got the original $2,000. I'm gambling that. Once it's gone, I'm leaving. And that's exactly what I did. I ended up losing that $2,000. Now I was in there for a little while, and I left. I left a winner that day. But in reality, I'm still a loser. Down so much money over my lifetime that I'm still chasing my losses, or I was, because I just stopped. I come to the reality that I'm never getting it back. There's no way possible. I'd have to hit a major jackpot worth 500 grand to $1 million, somewhere around there. And it's just not going to happen. I mean, it could, but very unlikely. But yeah, that's just one example. You can walk in and you can hit right away. But if you've gambled long enough, odds are it's not even going to be enough to get your money back from day one. So you're still left walking out of that casino chasing your losses. You're still chasing, but a lot of people argue it. And the only reason why I make these videos about gambling, I'm going to make other videos about other things, but these ones about gambling is just because, if you read the comments on my other videos, there's a lot of people they've ruined their lives over a long period of time. And some people, they've had relatives that ended their lives, sadly, and it's just a sad thing. And I'm just trying to draw a little bit of awareness to it, but I get so much hate. It's funny. And I get it because I know gamblers they're hateful people. I mean, they don't mean to be, but when it comes to defending what they're doing, oh yeah. I mean, I'll just give you a quick example of how hateful gamblers could be. I'll never forget this one. I was at the track. This is 15 years ago. And I'll never forget this dude's name. His name was Eric. I've seen him there all the time. 4 days a week, I'd always see him for months. We'd always talk, bullshit, bet the races together, say who we like, this, that, and the other. Well, there was a horse race that come up. And I had a $20 exacta box, 5 over to 2-3. I'll never forget it. So the race is going, they're going on, they're coming around, they're coming down the stretch. Now the 5 is just killing the field. He's pretty much across the wire. They're panning the camera back to see who's coming. I already seen it was the 2 and the 3. And here come I think it was the 6. Pretty sure it was either the 6 or the 7, but the 3 was fading a little bit. And this dude, Eric, gets out, he's, come on, 6, get up. And when you know it, that son of a bitch got up for second place, beat me out of my ticket. And I looked at him, I said, how much did you win? He goes, oh, I didn't even have a bet in the race. I'm like, what? I said, are you kidding me? He says, no, I didn't even bet the race. I said, you didn't bet the race, but you're rooting against me. I got a 5-2-3 exacta box, and you're rooting against me. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to see you win. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, he was dead serious. I'm like, man, that's some hateful shit, man. And not all gamblers are like that, but a lot of gamblers are like that. If they're not winning, they don't want to see anybody else win. It's just, they want everybody else to feel their pain right along with them. Again, not all gamblers, but there are gamblers out there like that. But yeah, I just want to reiterate that. That's the only reason why I'm making these videos, because, there's a lot of people that have a hard time dealing with it, and I get a lot of that, well, that's their fault, blah, 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 blah. And that's just BS, man. People shouldn't be like that. Yeah, people have issues. People have issues with other things in life. Drugs, alcohol, relationships, smoking, drinking, whatever, anything. It's not just gambling. People just have issues with things in life, And just because you don't have an issue with a certain thing, you shouldn't be, ignorant to people that do. And I'm just trying to help people that do, because I did for a very long time. But yeah, if you want to check out some of my other gambling videos, they're on my playlist. Feel free to go ahead and watch them. Read through the comments. You'll see a lot of them comments. People with situations that they've dealt with, or people that they know that are related to, or friends or whatever that they've dealt with. Watching them go through it throughout their lives, and what they did, and how they pretty much destroyed their lives. But if you do decide to keep gambling, which is fine by me, it is your money. You do what you want. I wish you luck. I mean, I hope you hit the big jackpot, the life-changing money. Very rare for somebody to do it. It does happen, but it's very rare. And I hope it's you. But that's all I have for in this video. And again, feel free to check them out. And until next time, take care. Good luck.